Hey everybody, it's me, Wally, for Hunter Real Estate. I am a licensed associate real estate broker here in upstate New York in Whitney Point. Our phone number here is 607-692-3665. That's the office number. My cell, by the way, my live cell phone is 607-725-1446. Hey, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been on. Why? I've been lazy. Things have been going on. Life's gotten in the way. Stuff's been happening. We've been doing a lot of cool stuff. Out and about. Basically, I just have other things going on. And we all have things going on. By the way, you're going to see over my head a little thing called Forks Nation. Congratulations, by the way, to the Shenango Forks Blue Devils. And also, congratulations going on out to the Susquehanna Valley Sabres. Both going to be playing in the state playoff system this coming weekend up at the Carrier Dome. Thank you very much, kids. You guys have done a great job coaching staff. Wonderful, awesome. That really helps sometimes to help us sell homes into those particular school districts. Why? Because winning programs beget winning programs, and people like to be in those. And if they want their child to go on and maybe go to college and play in sports, sometimes things like that happen, and people like to move into those areas. Green and Whitney Point field hockey, Maine Endwell field hockey. Congratulations, girls, by the way. Much the same way there, too. They got great sports programs, so people want to move in and have their kids go to these great schools. So that's kind of part of the cool thing about the whole deal about moving into these areas, is because people like their sports, right? Yeah. So it's not just about education, although that's the main thing, but it's also about, the extracurricular type stuff too. So anyway, today we're almost at Thanksgiving. We're just about there. Here's what I want to talk about today. So your house hasn't sold. What now? What do you do now? Your house has been on the market for 3, 4, 5 months. You're coming into the colder weather months, if we want to say that. You're contemplating maybe taking it off the market or reevaluating your plan and saying, hey, why hasn't this sold? That's probably a good idea. It's a good idea to sit down and take stock of your home sale and say, okay, let's look at the numbers and let's see what's been happening. Is my house been priced too high? Have I had enough showings? Maybe I haven't had enough showings because my house has been priced a little bit on the higher side. Julia, thanks for the belated happy birthday wishes, by the way. So when I go out to talk to somebody, when they've already had their house on the market with somebody else, and we sit down and we talk about maybe listing their house, one of the first things I ask them, actually the first thing I ask them is this: why do you think your house didn't sell? Everybody's got an idea. I mean, some people will say, I don't know. Maybe the price was too high. Well, then I think maybe you do know. Or, I don't think it was marketed well. Well, maybe it wasn't. Okay, you have an opinion. We want to know why. Are you the professional at selling these homes? No, you're not. You've hired one of us to be able to do that. And I've gone through these similar things with people where they've ended up listing their house with somebody else. Just trying to read some of these things here. My friend Laura just wrote something. I had no idea what that meant. So let's get back to this. Sorry, I got distracted. I had a squirrel moment here for a second. So why didn't your house sell? Why hasn't it sold up till now? You want to get your house sold. Your plan was to have your house sold by Christmas. We're now at Thanksgiving, and it hasn't sold. The likelihood of getting a whole lot of showings between Thanksgiving and Christmas has gotten smaller, or the first of the year. So what do? You need to reevaluate where you're at, right? And it helps to do that in every aspect of your life. You reevaluate your job. You reevaluate what's going on in your relationships. You reevaluate maybe what you're doing in school. Maybe you needed to change your major or do something else. If you think your house isn't selling, then you need to have a serious discussion with your real estate professional on why hasn't it sold. Now, so your house hasn't sold up to this point. What's next? Well, let's take it off the market. Why? Because nobody buys houses in the wintertime. You just said that, Mr. Realtor. Well, that's not exactly what I said. I said your chances are dwindling down. Why? Because there hasn't been a whole lot of foot traffic and that kind of thing. You're at the holidays. People are thinking about family. They're thinking about going out and having a little bit of fun, maybe getting some of their friends together for a touch football game like we used to do at Doc Allen's. Maybe you've got family. Maybe you're going out of town. So there is a lot of that. But the people that are still, don't take your house off the market for the entire winter. If you want to rest it for a while, it's my considered opinion that may be okay. Talk to your real estate professional about that, or you can talk to me about it. I'd be happy to come over and talk about some of these issues with you. So people do still shop for homes in the wintertime. And what are they doing? They're shopping on one of these because they're still looking at listings. Where are they looking at them at? Different websites? Yeah. Are they looking at them on Facebook? Social media is big? Yeah. People are still looking at shopping for homes. They just may not be going out as much because nobody wants to go out in the colder winter weather. And come January 1st, there's going to be a whole lot of houses that are going to be expiring off, meaning that they're no longer going to be competition for yours. So what do? I think it's pretty simple. You can't sell your house unless it's listed for sale. So there are better months than there are other months, but it doesn't mean you need to kind of time it to catch the wave of when all these people are going to be looking for homes. I really always think this. I think that, you know what, let's be the leader. Let's not be the follower. Let's be ahead of the pack. Let's not be in the middle of the pack. So here's my advice to anybody looking to maybe make a change is, okay, it's good to rest your home for a little bit, but let's make it a point of getting this house back on the market in January or even into February at the latest. Why? Here's why. First of all, in January, lots and lots and lots of manufacturing jobs, management positions, they start, if you're going to start a new job, they're going to start you January 2nd, 3rd, 4th, that. So managers are looking for homes now. And as the housing stock starts to dwindle down, it hasn't yet, but as it starts to dwindle down a little bit more, and it's been tight, by the way, there's going to be less competition out there for your home, and it better be priced right. So don't hang your hat on that nail that says, I'm never, ever, ever coming down on the price of my house, because you may have to do that. So that's one thing. The second thing is people pick times. People pick dates to do things by. January 1st is a big one. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to stop drinking, heaven forbid, probably because you had too much the night before. And I'm going to start shopping for a house. Why? It's a date. You pick something. Here is the light at the end of the tunnel. That's where we're going to go after it. So January 1st, your house better be on the market or in that time frame. Why? Because if it's not there, they're not going to see it while they're sitting there in their homes, mindlessly going through listings, going, Here's another point, by the way. Keeping your house on the market or relisting it with another agent that may be able to do a better job. Maybe it's just the fact that you just need to change horses. I'm not advocating that because I hate it when it happens to me. But sometimes, a little spice may just kind of pick things up a little bit. It may happen. You never know. So what I would suggest is if you have summertime pictures, this is for listings, by the way. My house hasn't sold up to this point. What am I going to do next? Take it off the market because it's never going to sell. I'm going to put it back on in April or May. Put the brakes on that. If you got some summertime pictures, let's get them squirreled away. That way, when you relist it, January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, February 1st, you can list it without all those snowy pictures. People like to see greenery. I'm supposed to say that right. People like to see flowers. They like to see color. They like to see summer. They like to see fun, right? They don't want to see gray and dreary and drab and wintertime. Although I will tell you that a blanket of fresh snow hides a lot of stuff out there. But still, I think you want to squirrel away some of those pictures that are summertime pictures. Sorry, I'm having a little trouble thinking today. So what's next? Will your house still sell? Heck yeah, it can sell. Why is that? Because people are still looking for houses. They don't stop thinking they want to buy a house because the turkey's on the table. They put a pause on the plan for just a little bit. They're still looking even throughout the holidays, but they're still putting a pause sometime. Actually, that's the pause button right there. Putting a pause on maybe going out and looking at a whole lot of homes because they're busy, right? And everybody's busy. This month of December, it's really not going to be a big fruitful one for a lot of people and homeowners. So that's what I think is next. And you think your houses don't sell in the wintertime? They do. I've sold a bunch of them. A lot of them close in January, February, and March. Why? Because we keep our foot on the gas here. There are some professionals that may just say, hey, and I think there's two ways of thinking about this. And they're both okay. I'm not here to run any real estate professional down. I wouldn't do that. But my opinion is this. Let's keep our foot on the gas. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. There are different strategies for getting your house sold, getting more people to look at it, getting them to come in the house. Let's face it, we only need one showing. We only need one person to say yes to your home. So how do we go about that? If we can get 4 people to come through the house and say yes, that's even better. But we need one. So how do we target that one person that we need to come through your house? We have to market the house correctly. Is it newspaper or radio ads, or is it Facebook or all that stuff? Yes, it is. We market to people, I do anyway, market to people that want to buy your home. They want to buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in Shenango Fork, Shenango Valley, Manitowoc school districts. Second thing, I market to other real estate professionals. Why? Because they're the ones that have a lot of buyers. I've got a ton of buyers, but there's 500 real estate professionals in the Greater Binghamton Association of Realtors or thereabouts. They all have buyers. I want them to see your house to be able to get your house sold. We've been pretty successful at it too. So yeah, I market to 2 people. People that want to buy a home and people who have people who want to buy a home. We'll put it that way. So are people still looking at homes in the wintertime? Yeah, they are. Why? Because they want to put that contract in and they want to move in May. Or they want to move in June or July. They'd like to move in as soon as the weather breaks. Not a lot of people, I will tell you, actually want to move on a really cold, snowy winter day. But not having your house in the market is going to give us almost 100% chance of not getting the thing sold. So are they still looking during the winter months? They are. Are they more active in the winter months? Nah, not as much. But the people that are coming out to take a look at houses, by the way, are those that are more serious about buying a home. Do open houses help sell homes? Yeah, they do. It's more for the nosy neighbors to come through the home to see exactly what your house is looking like so they can put their house on the market. I'll be honest about that. But can you sell off an open house? You sure can. Should you have them? It's up to you. I'd recommend yes or no, depending on whatever your like is there. Hey everybody, it's Wally. I am a associate real estate broker, licensed by the way in New York State, here at Hunt Real Estate, and my office is here in Whitney Point, New York. I want to tell you a couple open houses, by the way, buyers, by the way. 2 open houses coming up on Sunday. So we got Thanksgiving, we've got Black Friday, we got Small Business Saturday. So once you get all that out of your system, we've got 2 open houses going on Saturday, December 1st. First one's at 115 North Harrison Street in Johnson City. It's a nice ranch-style house. It's on the north side. Hardwood floors throughout the whole place. Nice big backyard. Really kind of an oasis of a backyard. You're pretty close to everything. We just reduced the price on that too. I think we're at 118. I should have checked that out. That's going to happen, by the way, at 1 o'clock to 2:30. The one before that is at 1084 Ballyhack Road in Port Crane. That's in the Shenango Fork School District. 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. We just reduced that price to $115,000. So if you know anybody who's looking for a $115,000 to $119,000 house, either in Shenango Fork School District or in the Johnson City School District up on the north side, please let them know we're having an open house this weekend. I'll be posting that, by the way, on my Facebook a little bit later on today. So 2 big open houses going on this weekend. First one, Ballyhack Road, 1084, starting at 11 o'clock on Saturday. Second one, 115 North Harrison Street in Johnson City. That one is starting at 1 p.m. on Sunday, December 1st. So tell all your friends, tell anybody who's looking for a house. It'd be kind of a cool thing to see you guys all come through. And we'll talk about financing and what have you. So here's another thing I want to talk about right now. Is being proactive. What does that mean? It means not sitting back letting things happen. I hear this all the time. No news is good news. No, it's not. No news is no news. I like to be very hands-on with my buyers and my sellers to figure out exactly what we need to get things done. This just happened yesterday. It literally did. I contacted somebody wondering when we were going to be able to close or get it clear to close on this house that we had for sale. I was told that the buyer had one more document to send in, and they knew about it, and they were doing it. I contacted the buyer. They didn't remember it. And they wouldn't have remembered it today, and they wouldn't have remembered it Thursday, and they wouldn't have remembered it Friday. I just kind of reminded them that, hey, you need to get this thing in. Oh, okay. And they did. So we should be able to get that closing statement or clear to close today. Is that important? Sure is. Why? Because nobody wants to wait. The longer you wait to get this house closed with your buyer or seller, the more chance you have of somebody walking away or somebody getting mad or things not happening. So I am really hands-on with my clients. Sometimes the attorneys don't like to talk to you because they only talk to the clients. I get that. Banks sometimes will only talk to their client. So here's what I would say. Your real estate professional is there to try to help you make the deal. Whether you're a buyer or seller, doesn't matter. Your real estate professional is there to help you understand the process. We go through this all the time. Some people do 50, 60 deals a year. Some people do 150 deals a year. We do this every single day of the week. Well, I shouldn't say every single day, but you know what I'm trying to say. So I think it's always a good idea, if you can, to talk to your lender, talk to your attorney and say, hey, it's okay for you to give my real estate professional information on this because they're trying to help me, because they understand the process more. They speak the language. They know what's going on. Even if you got to sign something that says, yeah, it's okay to talk to them, if you feel comfortable with this, then I say, let's do it. Because we're there to try to help make this happen. And sometimes things get clogged up because, I'm going to say this as nicely as I can, the lender speaks one language, the rest of us speak English. And sometimes we don't understand the lender's language. It's truly a different language. And there's this thing that just doesn't seem to mesh at times. So I think, and people get frustrated, and then people get mad, and people want to walk away from things. If we can help you make this happen, I think it's always a good idea, in my opinion, to try to get your lender or your attorney, your loan processor, any of these people to help you out, to maybe be able to help you be able to understand all this stuff. Kathy writes, no speakers at work, stop giving me the finger. Oh, thanks, Kathy. I like that. And John Lynn writes, why do you have an ERA jacket on? Because nothing else was clean at my house today. Thank you for the constructive things. By the way, thanks. Hi, David and Lori and Jonathan and Linda. Thanks for joining, Bob and Dana. Thanks for joining us today. So I think that's the important thing, is that it will help us, and it will help knock down all the frustration from everybody involved in a deal that you might have going on, whether you're a buyer or seller, if you allow the real estate professional to try to help. Sometimes the real estate professional, like everybody else, has got things going on in their life, so it's okay to be proactive and push them as well. I prefer to be able to talk to my clients every couple of days if I need to, especially when we come down to crunch time, when we're trying to get these things shored up and try to get these clear to closes planned and try to get closing dates planned. And I may be speaking a different language to you right now on this whole clear to close thing. It's basically the bank saying, hey, we've cleared this file to move it to the next step. Now we're headed, maybe within 2 weeks we can close this thing. But no news is not good news. No news is no news. No news does not help anybody. So we have that going for us. So like I said, allow your professionals to be able to talk to your real estate agent. So there we go. And make sure your real estate agent checks and double checks, because sometimes they say, well, I haven't heard anything. Some real estate agents are very proactive, and some are, kind of let things kind of come along. It's up to you who you choose, okay? I'm just saying, if it was me with my deal, I'm going to say, hey, look, I want somebody who's kind of on the ball and somebody who's going to be very aggressive about getting some things done. But the choice is really up to you. Whoever you feel comfortable with, that's your choice. Also, some of the things we have, if people sometimes will choose a real estate professional that happens to be a relative who just got their license. It's okay to do that. Understand that sometimes they're not as seasoned as other people. Still do what you got to do. But you know what? We all have to work together as a team. So using this advice I've just given you can maybe help them help you a little bit better. There you go. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. If you have any questions, you can certainly write them down below. Constructive questions, by the way. Write them down below, and I'll try to get back to them and answer them to you, by the way, as well. Coming up this weekend, we got Chenango Forks playing on Sunday, and I think Susquehanna Valley is playing on Friday night, I think, up at the Carrier Dome. Good luck to both teams. Bring home the New York State trophy. We're proud of y'all, all right? Hey, it's called Ask the Realtor Live at Lunch. Today, it's me, Wally, for Hunt Real Estate. Peace out, Boy Scout.